Order of the planets by size, smallest to largest. If you were to order the planets by size from smallest to largest, they would be Mercury, Mars, Venus, Earth, Neptune, Uranus, Saturn and Jupiter. Jupiter and Saturn are sometimes called the gas giants, whereas the more distant Uranus and Neptune have been nicknamed the ice giants. This is because Uranus and Neptune have more atmospheric water and other ice-forming molecules, such as methane, hydrogen sulfide and phosphene, that crystallize into clouds in the planet's frigid conditions, according to the Planetary Society. 1.Mercury. The smallest and fastest planet, Mercury is the closest planet to the Sun or nearest to the Sun and whips around it every 88 Earth days. Mercury orbits the Sun faster than all the other planets in the solar system. Mercury is the first planet from the Sun and the smallest in the solar system. It is a terrestrial planet with a heavily cratered surface due to overlapping impact events. These features are well preserved since the planet has no geological activity and an extremely tenuous atmosphere called an exosphere. Despite being the smallest planet in the solar system with a mean diameter of 4,880 kilometers, 3,030 mi, 38% of that of Earth, Mercury is dense enough to have roughly the same surface gravity as Mars. Mercury has a dynamic magnetic field with a strength about 1% of that of Earth's and has no natural satellites. 2. Venus. Spinning in the opposite direction to most planets, Venus is the hottest planet and one of the brightest objects in the sky. Venus is the second planet from the Sun. It is a rocky planet with the densest atmosphere of all the rocky bodies in the solar system, and the only one with a mass and size that is close to that of its orbital neighbor Earth. Orbiting inferiorly inside of Earth's orbit, it appears in Earth's sky always close to the Sun, as either a morning star or an evening star. While this is also true for Mercury, Venus appears much more prominently, since it is the third brightest object in Earth's sky after the Moon and the Sun, appearing brighter than any other star like classical planet or any fixed star. With such prominence in Earth's sky, Venus has historically been a common and important object for humans, in both their cultures and astronomy. 3. The place we call home, Earth is the third rock from the Sun and the only planet with known life on it, and lots of it too. Earth is the third planet from the Sun and the only astronomical object known to harbor life. This is enabled by Earth being a water world, the only one in the solar system sustaining liquid surface water. Almost all of Earth's water is contained in its global ocean, covering 70.8% of Earth's crust. The remaining 29.2% of Earth's crust is land, most of which is located in the form of continental land masses within one hemisphere, Earth's land hemisphere. Most of Earth's land is somewhat humid and covered by vegetation, while large sheets of ice at Earth's polar deserts retain more water than Earth's groundwater, lakes, rivers and atmospheric water combined. Earth's crust consists of slowly moving tectonic plates, which interact to produce mountain ranges, volcanoes, and earthquakes. Earth has a liquid outer core that generates a magnetosphere capable of deflecting most of the destructive solar winds and cosmic radiation. 4. Mars. The red planet is dusty, cold world with a thin atmosphere and is home to 4 NASA robots. Mars is the fourth planet and the furthest terrestrial planet from the Sun. The reddish color of its surface is due to finely grained iron, 3, oxide dust in the soil, giving it the nickname, the red planet. Mars' radius is second smallest among the planets in the solar system at 3,389.5 kilometers, 2,106 mi. The Martian dichotomy is visible on the surface. On average, the terrain on Mars' northern hemisphere is flatter and lower than its southern hemisphere. Mars has a thin atmosphere made primarily of carbon dioxide, and 2 irregularly shaped natural satellites, Phobos and Deimos. Jupiter is a massive planet, twice the size of all other planets combined, and has a centuries-old storm that is bigger than Earth. Jupiter is the fifth planet from the Sun and the largest in the solar system. It is a gas giant with a mass more than 2.5 times that of all the other planets in the solar system combined, and slightly less than 1/1000 the mass of the Sun. Jupiter orbits the Sun at a distance of $5.20, 778.5 gm, with an orbital period of 11.86 years. Jupiter is the third brightest natural object in the Earth's night sky after the Moon and Venus, and it has been observed since prehistoric times. It was named after Jupiter, the chief deity of ancient Roman religion. 6. Saturn. The most recognizable planet with a system of icy rings, Saturn is a very unique and interesting planet. Saturn is the sixth planet from the Sun and the second largest in the solar system, after Jupiter. It is a gas giant with an average radius of about 9.5 times that of Earth. It has only 1/8 the average density of Earth, but is over 95 times more massive. 7. Uranus has a very unique rotation. It spins on its side at an almost 90-degree angle. Unlike other planets, Uranus is the seventh planet from the Sun. It is a gaseous cyan-colored ice giant. Most of the planet is made of water, ammonia, and methane in a supercritical phase of matter, which in astronomy is called ice or volatiles. The planet's atmosphere has a complex layered cloud structure and has the lowest minimum temperature of 49 K to 24 degrees C, 371 degree F, out of all the solar system's planets. It has a marked axial tilt of 97.8 degrees with a retrograde rotation rate of 17 hours. This means that in an 84 Earth-year orbital period around the Sun, its poles get around 42 years. 8. Neptune. Neptune is now the most distant planet and is a cold and dark world nearly 3 billion miles from the Sun. Neptune is the eighth and farthest planet from the Sun. It is the fourth largest planet in the solar system by diameter, the third most massive planet, and the densest giant planet. It is 17 times the mass of Earth, and slightly more massive than its near twin Uranus. Neptune is denser and physically smaller than Uranus because its greater mass causes more gravitational compression of its atmosphere. Being composed primarily of gases and liquids, it has no well-defined solid surface. The planet orbits the Sun once every 164.8 years at an orbital distance of 30.1 astronomical units, 4.5 billion kilometers, 2.8 billion miles. It is named after the Roman god of the sea and has the astronomical symbol representing Neptune's trident. Pluto. Pluto minor planet designation 134340. Pluto is a dwarf planet in the Kuiper belt, a ring of bodies beyond the orbit of Neptune. It is the ninth largest and 10th most massive known object to directly orbit the Sun. It is the largest known trans-Neptunian object by volume, by a small margin, but is slightly less massive than Eris. Like other Kuiper belt objects, Pluto is made primarily of ice and rock and is much smaller than the inner planets. Pluto has only 1/6 the mass of Earth's moon, and 1/3 its volume. Pluto was recognized as a planet until 2006,